Winner, chicken dinner, bully the new kids. Welcome to the National in Utah. That's not how it goes in this world. The Colorado Avalanche are officially streaking. Oh, we are taking our clothes off later. It is late night. There are no rules on YouTube.
I think there might be a few rules.
No, there's going to be nakedness. I mean, we're streaking through the quad.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I mean, and it is cold outside, so hopefully Snoop Biggs' spring green hat, it's going to be good. Hi, everybody. Gizmo, Rudo, Big E calling in the Colorado Avalanche. 4 straight, not too shabby. Justus Annunen playing lights out good. They looked comfortable, confident. Not over the top today, which was fine. We'll talk about that in a minute, but you erase an 0-4 start, and that's why we've been saying that if this was in the middle of the season, nobody would have even batted an eye, because there is so much depth and talent on this team that they can wheel this back. I think all that this does is complicate the goaltending situation. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's just start with overall thoughts. They're sick of listening to us for the last 4 hours, so let's get your initial impressions on a 5-1 victory for the Colorado Avalanche to put themselves at 500 on the season at 4-4.
I love their game. I love the way they started the game. I thought it was awesome. You knew they had won the road trip, being 2-0 in the first 2 games. Then, you want to make it 3-0. And then you look at, we always talk about, where you are within the standings in the sense that, you're below 500. So, they wanted to get back to 500. That was their goal right before the game. Hey, get a win, go home, get on the bird, 40-minute flight, whatever it is. Get home and feel good about yourselves, and they should. I thought they were very physical. I'm not too sure if Valimaki from the Utah Hockey Club I don't know. He got smacked by all the Avs guys. It was unbelievable, and every time it happened in front of their ownership of the Utah Hockey Club that sits by the glass there, Smith, I was dying, and Valimaki was just getting absolutely destroyed. So the Avalanche were very physical. Again, they got the lead. Again, they got the saves that were needed. It was a perfect road win to cap off a perfect road trip. And like I said, now you go home, you have a couple days off, and then you feel good about where you're at, and then you try to make some hay there at home for the next couple games.
If you're picking apart a very simple miscommunication mistake in chat, go away. That was a good hockey game. I don't want to hear it. We're not gonna post any of that crap. You're watching the wrong thing, and I'm not even gonna give you any time or entertainment. Your thoughts?
I genuinely don't know that the Avs can play much better in the first 2 periods. I guess take a few less penalties, but there was 2 periods of hockey where one team was just clearly better than the other. And then the third period is just not a real period of hockey. It's the Avs saving their legs and coasting around, waiting to get on to the next game. The Avs made their lives easy and took advantage of it.
As things start to fortify a little bit, does that maybe relax the lineup a smidge? Does it bolster things when you have, you know what the fate of Cal Ritchie is. Wagner's now up. You have confidence in Justus. He's obviously playing good. They were comfortable in front of him. I mean, does that sort of kind of maybe I don't know. Does that inspire your play a little bit now that you sort of had so many question marks, and there were still a ton, but do you settle in a little bit now here?
I mean, I think you're settling in. I don't know that you're necessarily more inspired or anything like that. It's just your goaltender is making the plays he's supposed to make. And on the forward side of it, the pucks that are supposed to be going in for you are going in. The bounces of hockey are funny like this. At times it feels like nothing can go right for you and everything is against you. But if you survive those, you get games like this one where it feels like a lot of things probably went your way in this hockey game. Not that the Avs didn't deserve them, but look, other teams are allowed to have bad goaltending nights too, and Vejmelka was not particularly good for you.
No, not good tonight. And a placid hockey game turned in the favor of Colorado because of the jump and a little bit of jam, and they got the goals when they needed them. But I mean, I don't know. Is there a more comfortability in the room now?
Well, there has to be. I mean, they knew all along. I think management knew all along. I think we knew all along. We talked about it all summer. If they can just get through those 20 games and be afloat and be in the race, because we knew they're going to have some more clarity on what's going to happen for the second, third, and fourth part. If you want to break it into 20-game segments. So very simple. They didn't get the goaltending. I'm not going back to that. It's just reality. They didn't get back. This team could easily be 6-2 right now. It should be 6-2. It's not even, or 7-1. I mean, they are. You got the best 3 of the top 10 players in the National Hockey League. You can go win any game you want. They have probably, arguably, top 3 D-core in the National Hockey League. So when you have that, all you need is a little bit of goaltending, and you can win any match that you're playing. If you look at the game tonight, the game takes a different turn if at 2-0 the Avs give up a shorthanded chance. You know what I mean? I don't remember who it was, Stenlund maybe, on a breakaway. And that's, for me, that's the play of the game. Eustace makes the save. If he doesn't make the save, it's a 2-1 game. And it's a totally different game, totally different vibe in the building. That building's supposed to be one of the loudest National Hockey League buildings. I didn't see it tonight. Maybe the Avalanche didn't give them the opportunity to be loud, but it certainly wasn't what I had read the last few weeks, that, hey, this place is so loud. So
I don't buy that either, buddy. I don't buy that. I know. Listen, I'm not showing favoritism, but and you know how I feel, but you and me were in Vegas for 2 years. There ain't no way that Utah's got
I know, but my point is goaltending is key, and you need good goaltending to win. The Avalanche are no different than any other team in the National Hockey League. You need good goaltending to win. And to me, that tonight, that play makes a big difference. And it just does. And they were physical. Again, they lost Ross Colton, which stinks. It's, again, it's the next man out mentality. Who, Ivan, the man, the myth, the legend, goes out there, goes on the power play. Listen, he's going to go to bed tonight, like after taking a nice private jet home, with the lobster and some shrimp cocktail and maybe a glass of wine or whatever it is, the rules on the chart. I'm not too sure when you come home, but, he's going to be like, man, I was on a power play tonight with Mikko Rantanen, Cale Makar, freaking Casey Mittelstadt, Nate McKinnon, and I scored my first National Hockey League goal. So it's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? So if you ask me if there's a belief in the room, absolutely there's a belief in. And the way they're built, when you're built that way, with a core that is a bunch of superstars, if you get decent goaltending, you can win any game in this league.
Juice box.
Juice box.
Is that what we're going
with?
I
don't know. I don't have a good nickname.
We'll have to figure it out quick.
Chat's got Anna Nunn going on.
Oh, I like that.
Anna Nunn.
I like the juice box logos. Let's pivot to the goaltending. I think we start there and then we can kind of break it down a little bit further. But listen, there was a clear need for somebody to step up. We talked about the pressure with Capo coming in. What would that mean? What would happen? Georgiev had a little brief moment of an opportunity to step up and rise to the occasion. Did not. Annunen has now done so. It is my opinion that Annunen will most likely start the next game against Ottawa on Sunday. And then you're probably going to see Georgiev, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Look, in the case of Annunen, he posted a 962 tonight for the second time this year. All 3 of his starts have been above 900 save percentages. Did he have the craziest workload tonight? No. But you don't have to have the craziest workload on most nights when you play behind the Colorado Avalanche. And he has simply outperformed the other guy. And now what happens with Kakinen, we'll see. This conditioning stint, whenever he plays, we'll figure it out when we get there. But you are 8 games into the season, and Annunen has de facto outplayed Alexander Georgiev. Yeah. So what other decision is there to make at this point than to continue to play Annunen as if not your long-term starter, at least your starter in the immediate.
Jeff Woodworth in the chat. Eustace is served, and it's spelled J-U-S-T. I love it. Yeah, it's smart. I like that. It's crafty. And
if I
use that as a headline.
There you go. There you go.
I'll give you credit, Woodsy.
If I can add to that too, obviously Kakkonen having his conditioning stint, which he's more allowed to do. This is not an illegal move, obviously. This is not a shady move. There was some immigration problems. The league sees that, and they're like, okay, they're in Calgary this weekend, Friday, Saturday. The Eagles, that is. You're assuming he's going to play maybe both or one. I don't know. But at the end of the day, they went and picked him up for a reason. Like I said the other day, if it was only to bring the competition and elevate the guys' compete level, when I mean the guys, I mean Georgiev, I mean Annunen. Who knows? Maybe that was mission accomplished and you put him back on. I don't know what the plan is. But we don't know what the plan is. But I'll tell you what I like. I like that Eustace has been back in now for 3 games in a row because he's earned it. And it's not like, oh, but Georgie is our guy. And I don't fault Jared Bednar for saying that about 8 days ago. Georgie is our guy. Georgie's your guy until he's not. So, I mean, that's life in the National Hockey League. Every day is a new day. What have you done for me lately? That doesn't make Jared Bednar a bad guy. At the end of the day, what's he going to say when he's asked about Georgiev? He's going to say it's a long season. We're going to need everybody. Those are very normal. That's not lying. Those are normal stuff. But right now, as it stands, Eustace Annunen deserves the net, needs to be in the net, and will continue to get the net, in my opinion.
What do you do on the back-to-back?
Well, I think on the back-to-back, you have to approach that in the sense like you just talked about, where you have to, play your other guy. Is your other guy there Georgiev or is it Kakkonen? I don't know. I don't know what the plans are, but somewhere, somehow, they must have a plan. But right now, I thought that it lit a little fire under Eustace's, rear end by going to get somebody else on waivers. And if that was the message, maybe it was. I don't know. But like I said, he's sure elevated his game. And I think he's going to get a lot more starts than people thought he would at the start of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's going to end up being Georgiev. It would be a quick turnaround for Kakkonen to play that Chicago game, even if he's going to go play at least 1, maybe 2 with the Eagles in Calgary. So it seems pretty straightforward to me. Give Annunen in the Ottawa game, Georgiev the Monday game against Chicago, and then we'll see from there. But this is kind of going to be Georgiev's last chance to me. I feel like I've said that 5 times already.
I don't know if I agree with you. I think it's over already.
Maybe it is.
I don't think
But if Georgiev can't give you a 900 against Chicago, you cannot keep doing it. You just can't.
Yeah,
you just can't.
But I want to add something else, Rudo, because you nailed, and I said bingo when you were talking, because most of the time you're not very intelligent, and you sounded very intelligent there. So
all the time.
Oh, why so harsh? I'm kidding. Rudo's the man. Rudo's the man. No, you said it. And I'll say it again, and I want to make sure that chat and everybody listening is very clear. Playing goalie for the Colorado Avalanche is not the toughest job in the world. It's a possession team. It's a team that have world-class players. Most nights, it will happen some nights because it's the law of averages. They will give up more than the opposition. But at the end of the day, most nights they get more than the opposition, and they have the puck for the majority of the night. You just have to be ready because guess what? Even though you are world-class players, you will make mistakes in hockey. That's just the way it is. It doesn't exist a perfect game. Like we saw tonight, they give up that shorthanded chance, and Eustace makes the big save. Yeah, they give up a goal against. So what? It does happen. The Red Sea opened up, and the guy gets on a breakaway. Crap happens. But it's not that hard, but it's a different style of goaltending. There are some goaltenders that can't, I'll repeat it, they can't play that style of game. They need to get peppered 40, 50 shots, and then, they feel they're in the groove. Marty Brodeur became all-time winningest goalie in the history of the National Hockey League in New Jersey when he figured out that with the system they were playing, they weren't going to give up a lot, but he was going to have to save those ones that they gave up, especially at timely times, key times in a game. And that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly what Eustace has done. Like Rudo said, he hasn't been overworked the last few games, but he looked sharp, he looked confident, and then he made the timely saves. And when you do that, you give your team some wings, some confidence. And yes, one of my former teammates on ESPN said it 2 days ago. It does give you wings, and you do feel confident, and you look at each other on the bench in the locker room, and you feel more apt to go do your job and don't have negative thoughts, because it does creep into you like it did on the Avalanche the first couple games.
Well, Eustace Annunen now clearly within the inner circle. You know?
The crease is a half circle, at least, I guess.
A half
Kinda.
circle.
It's really not.
He's between two circles. Hence
all
on the inner
all right,
of the
I'll
circles.
give it to you. All right, I'll give it to you.
I reached on that one big time, but big fans of Circle K, and if you aren't yet, make sure you sign up today and be part of the Circle K Inner Circle. It's so easy to do. Scan that QR code on the screen. That's one way you can do it. Just go online, download all of those fun things, because with Circle K, you're getting savings all the time on all the stuff that you like. On these late nights, I'm filling up with gas. I'm grabbing some beef jerky. I'm getting some snacks. And it's, awesome, because I'm getting discounts on everything, especially on gas. But Circle K is proud to be along for the ride on the Buffs Stampede. They're a big part of that, which we know is amazing. The membership is free, and it's easy to download. Just enter your email and phone number to be fully enrolled. And after that, all you need is your phone number to get these deals. And there are deals every day on food and drinks and more. And if you sign up for Circle K with the Circle K app, you receive 25% off per gallon on your next 5 fill-ups. Download the Circle K app and sign up for Inner Circle for exclusive offers. New offers, purchase clubs, and sweepstakes are uploaded weekly.
Giz, we were talking during the game. That building is a little rough around the edges for hockey. It does not look great. What that building is built for is the hardwood.
Yes. The basketball.
Basketball, indeed. The court, yeah. You put that floor in.
Mm-hmm.
If your house is built for hardwood and it doesn't have it in there, get with Empire today. Go jump on with our DNVR code. You can go to empiretoday.com and get $350 off your new floors. Whether you want them to come out, they'll give you a free in-home inspection and give you a rate. They'll also have professional installers if you do decide to get floors. And if you're an introvert millennial like me, you can do it all online. You can get it projected onto the floor. You can measure out your room. You don't even have to talk to anyone, and you can see what it looks like. So it's pretty nice to be an introvert and do that with Empire Today. Whatever it might be, whether it's hardwood, tile, carpet, you name it, Empire Today has you covered with the best quality products for your flooring. So get with them today. Again, empiretoday.com/DNVR for $350 off your floor and a free in-home estimate if that's what you're going for. Of course, you can always call 1-800-588-2300-EMPIRE.
Your segues are so good, by the way.
Been doing them for 5 years.
Find a way to make that happen. I love it. We talked a lot about the goaltending. Eustace, obviously, it's his net. It's his net. He earned it, figured it out. Good for him. Good for the team. Good for literally everything. Let's go out from there. I thought it was a pretty solid game defensively. There's not really much to nitpick in this and what was a placid game really from start to finish, but we might as well talk about each position, and then we can go into some more details about the game. But thoughts on the overall performance of the six D-men?
I got to be honest with you. I put that decor on top of the NHL. I'm biased. I'm being honest. Some people will put him in the top 5, top 3. For me, just because of the Cale Makar, the best player on the planet, I put him at the top. But I love I even like Jan Ludvig. That's been a scratch. I like what he's bringing. I like what he brought, and I know he's been a scratch. But what I'm trying to say is their depth is there. I feel good. I like the Dahan-Malinsky pair. I obviously love Sammy and Manson. And then they have the best pair in 7 and 8 in the National Hockey League. But I'll tell you one thing. I forgot. It's around the 10-minute mark. I don't remember. I wrote it down. I don't have my notes next to me. about that part. I was just downstairs watching the game, and Josh Manson just shot out of a cannon in the second period, and he was jumping up on the play, and he looked like Bobby Orr, and I was dying because I'm like, I keep reminding myself, this is Josh Manson. I love Josh Manson. I do. He's the whiskey drinker, the physical guy of the six there. But I tell you one thing, he jumped up on the play, and it wasn't nothing burger play. Don't get me wrong. You got to look back and look for a highlight reel. But no, it's nothing. He didn't have the puck. He just shot out of a cannon and jumped up. And I was like, you could tell the Utah Hockey Club, God, I hate saying that. Give me a nickname, give me a team name. But the hockey club guys were going backwards. And they
just
were like,
said that earlier, E. I'm like, how do you not name your team?
But the hockey club dudes were backing up, and they were like, who's got this dude? You know what I mean? Like, and it was so funny because they're like, the guy double looked at him. It's like Josh Manson. You know what I mean? Like, it was just so funny. And when the Avs decor play that way, it's quick outs. It's obviously puck possession. It's fun to watch. They were physical. I thought that. But I'll tell you one thing. Not only the decor, but they played. And again, the last few games has been like that. And I think the numbers will show it. They're not giving up a lot. 5-man units. I'll tell you, the backside pressure was outstanding today by the forwards. And there was not a lot of, I call that elastic D, where all of a sudden everybody's spread out. I thought it was awesome. I saw Nate McKinnon make 2 big back checks where, I mean, he was skating as hard as he was going usually on the offense. I thought that was great. But again, overall, I thought the back end, if you're going to give up, I'm not too sure. Rudo's going to get into the numbers later. I'd love to hear his numbers, but
I'm not.
They didn't. I mean, but I'm saying they didn't give up a lot. You don't need a rocket science to know that they didn't give up like 50 freaking scoring chances and 22 grade A chances. No, it wasn't the case. When they did, the juice box, I love that name, was there, and I think that the back end is solid. I think they're confident right now the way they're playing. And I thought they were physical. They were physical in front of the net. Were there a few lapses here? Yes. Would there be more Sunday? If you're going to go to Ball Arena Sunday, expect a few lapses too. It happens every hockey game. There's always a few mistakes. Nobody plays perfect, but they were near perfect. I'll tell you that tonight as a decor.
Yeah, I'll be the guy to nitpick. I'll be the guy to be a little bit negative. To be clear, I really have virtually no problems with this game for the Avalanche. They played great. But if we're really, really nitpicking, I don't like the goal they give up. It is what it is. In the game, meaningless. Don't care. Would have liked to see Eustace get the shutout.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I don't like about it.
I would have.
And if there was a time to it happen besides the shootout, that's a great time for a breakdown like that to happen. Because that goal goes in, it's 4-1, you still win, and your D pairing of Malinsky and DeHaan get together and say, hey, next time we'll do X, and it won't be a problem anymore. Great.
Yeah,
Who cares?
a little breakdown.
So that one I really don't care about. The two that I do care a little bit more about, one, whatever that power play was in the second period, no. You cannot be that lazy. You cannot be doing that. You cannot give teams breakaways on your own power play. You need to be more responsible, and you need to do a better job of preventing stuff like that happening. You have an extra guy on the ice. You should never be giving up anything like that on your own power play. And then the other side of it, as much as E just pumped up Josh Manson, the penalties are becoming a problem for him. He's got to clean it up a little bit, particularly early in this game when it's still a 0-0 game. You're 3 minutes into this game and you give Utah an opportunity to jump on you. Thankfully, the Avs penalty kill was very good tonight, took care of business the way they needed to, but Josh cannot put that team in that situation as much as he has so far this year.
Yep, agreed. Listen, breakaways are not the fault solely of defensemen, by the way.
Of course
that's a breakdown that starts well before, so you can't pin all that on them. Hey guys, make sure you're throwing the like up there for us. We're at 94, and I'm thirsty. Walrus knows.
You look thirsty.
I could use a little winter shot. That'd be really nice, and we're like 6 away. So pitter patter, drop a like. Hey, what are we gonna do when Utah names themselves the Yeti? Do we have to change our? Do we got to change our little guy there?
I'm once they do it, I'm just gonna call them the little bro team the entire day, like every time. Avs versus.
You've been saying that all summer.
What I really hope happens is that they announce that they're going to be the Yeti, and then the Avs immediately bring back the foot. That's what I really
a big
hope
part.
happens.
Just so you guys know, because you guys are all like too young, but the foot was a big part of the marketing plan there in the '95 season. You know, it was huge. It was huge, and obviously Howler, and as a mascot, and but I remember, I mean, God, I got my jersey. God, it's right here, right behind me. But it's it's got the big paw there. Footy used to say, because that's Footy. He used to say it's about him. Like, oh, they're putting a footprint. I'm kidding. Footy never said that.
Yeah, no. I liked our Hockey in the Rockies today when we had the throwback Eric Lacroix poster behind us.
Yeah, I was trying to give you guys a little bit of glimpse, here and there of, I even showed my first pair of skates, and pushing people to to the diehard content, and I showed my first pair of skates, and I'm just kind of trying to show a little bit of a different background. I mean, I got Wayne Gretzky's final stick here behind me too. Not that one. It's just a little further left there. Maybe I'll bring that up next game. Not bad.
He was good. No, Cale Makar, but he was good.
Who's Cale Makar?
That's actually Marty Brodeur's stick right here. Actually,
is that Marty's the Sherwood behind you?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Pretty cool.
Great. All right, so that's where we're at on the defensive side of things. Lines continue to get moved around a little bit offensively. What are our thoughts? Oh, we're at 110 likes.
Hey, look at that. Very nice.
Let's go. Stormin' Mormons. Yes. Yes.
Juice,
AJ. Party. The adult left the room. What's your favorite type of juice, chat?
Oh, yeah, because we're talking about juice, and AJ is awake on the East Coast with E. I don't know why you guys aren't like hanging out together.
Frank Duck Tank. Frank Duck Tank.
Fill it up.
We're drinking.
If I didn't have to go to the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'd maybe go to Bed Bath & Beyond, Home Depot. I don't know if I have time. Switch to offense. Again, you're getting a little bit of diversified scoring, which is nice. I would really love it if Ranton would have scored tonight.
Could have made us some money.
But whatever. Fine. Thoughts on offense?
I mean, I think this sums up how effective the Avs have been offensively. Multi-point nights for Mittelstadt, for Kovalenko, and for Rantanen. You also get contributions and goals from a Colton, from Kiviranta, from Ivan, and then, of course, you get one from Cale Makar, too, and one from Casey Mittelstadt. We'll talk about Mittelstadt a little bit later. But look, the Avs went out there and said, we have players that know how to play at the NHL level and can play real NHL offense. And Utah had a team of young kids who have a lot of skill, but just got punched in the mouth by a real NHL team. They were just objectively better in the offensive zone for the 2 periods where they actually decided to try and play offense. And the power play in particular seems to just be doing everything right. Ross Colton gets his goal there. Ross Colton gets hurt. Cool. Ivan drops into his spot and does the exact same thing Ross Colton would have done and scores from the bumper spot. So,
by God, that was fast.
It's just good looking all the way around.
Just even touching Jaeger is probably against the law. For
All right, you're gonna make the chat.
In the offensive zone, I really have almost no problems with this game. Did Utah make it easy for him? Yeah. Did Vamelka give him some cheap goals? Yeah, but don't apologize for playing a bad team. Take advantage of them. That's what the Avs did.
Well, you need it for a lot of reasons. You need the points.
Yep.
You need the confidence.
Yep.
You need to be back at 500.
Yep.
There's like 4 or 5 reasons why a win like this, despite it maybe being easy, is essential. We seem to have thought that they were going to do this. I think they win the next 2 games, personally. I think you're in really, really solid shape if you're the Avalanche, and it's exactly what the doctor ordered. And the NHL gave them a little bit of a break on the schedule unknowingly, because I truthfully still think that if they would have started this way, you probably are looking at an undefeated team right now.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but with a goaltender in net, it feels like they're a pretty good team. Yeah.
Well, if I can nitpick, because you nitpicked earlier, Rudo, it's my turn. Listen, for me, it's the best power play in the National Hockey League. It is, right? Because I those are 3 of my favorite players in the league: Mac, Mikko, And Cale, the one thing tonight I didn't like, and I almost texted Tiff there with my stupid no-nos. The 5-on-3, I didn't like it. And I think they'll be the first ones to tell you that they didn't like it either. It could end up being costly a little bit. Obviously, they get the Ross goal there on the power play, so it kind of made us forget about talking about it, right? You know what I mean? If we're honest with each other, it made us forget that, oh God, they almost blew that entire power play. And if you don't score there, it's a different game. It's a different game. So if you go back to it, and this is where I'm going to nitpick a little bit, because I mean that power play is humming at what, almost 40% now. I'm not sure.
After tonight,
After it was at 37. Now they went 2 for 4. So again, it pretty sickening. It's gross. Like, if I'm going to talk like a teenager, like it's gross. It's whatever it is. And I'm always confused, by the way, when they tell me those things. I'm like,
you
is that
used it
good
the
or
right
bad?
way, buddy. No, you tied the heck out of that. That was tied for sure.
I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I don't know. I was cheese, and it's like, what? What does that mean? Like, is that good, bad? I don't know. Anyway,
choice.
But I tell
choice
you,
is what you meant. Choice. That was choice.
I'm like, I don't even know what they're talking about. And they look at me
your
like,
choice.
They look at me like I'm freaking completely lost, and I am lost. So I'm like, but I try not to be lost, and I don't even know what they're talking about. But anyway, if I can nitpick the 5-on-3, it starts with face-offs. I mean, I tell you, they lost that face-off, and it's so annoying. And then they lose that, and then I think their face-off percentage tonight was in the 20s.
It was in the dumpster,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, so if you want to nitpick at stuff, that didn't cost them anything so far. I can't say that there's been some games that has, face-offs have cost them some plays, but they got to get better a little bit. They got to do a little bit of a better job, and I think especially on the 5-on-3, I don't care if you lose it, then jump on it. There's 5 of you, 3 of them, But a couple times they lost it, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So anyway, if I can nitpick, that would be my only little nitpick. Again, it was a small one. Didn't make them, it wasn't a negative in the game. It just kind of overall, it makes you wanting a little bit more.
And you're right. I know we got to go quick here, but yeah, that 5-on-3 was bad. It was stagnant. They did not move around enough. It wasn't effective hockey, but they're also the best players in the world, and that's why you let them get away with that, is because 20 seconds later, Mikko makes a disgusting pass, and you're up 1-0. So
exactly.
Dude, my boy Nathan, but do you want to know what's sick and dope and always pretty popping, bro? Huh?
I do, for real.
Do you want to?
On God.
Because this is gas.
Don't be capping, buddy.
No, I won't cap. No, I'm not capping on this. And I'm gonna throw
it's gas.
I'm gonna throw the Riz big time, and we're gonna glaze our friends at Bet365. Come on, give me a little bit of love for that. I crushed that right there, Nathan. Thanks for the help.
Still young.
Yeah. So I'm gonna riz our friends at Bet365, because with Bet365, it is never ever ordinary, and they are throwing the boost out and the power-ups all day long, and over 10,000 boosts a month. They know what they're doing, and it is fun. It really is, and you don't have to throw a lot of money in there at all in order to have a good time with it. But the guys at Bet365 boost specific markets, your winnings, and even parlays. You got to keep an eye out for our custom DNVR bets and boosts, and you can have a lot of fun with it. Their early payout is amazing. With Bet365, early payout offer. Your winner if your team gains a 3-goal lead with instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. Download the app and use code DNVR365 when you sign up. And how about this? Bet365, the official partners of your Nuggets and your Avalanche. If you bet $5, you get $200 in bonus bets. But wait, there's more. 2 months on us of Altitude Plus. Pretty incredible. I wish I would have waited a minute, but I'm still super pumped to be part of Bet365. This is incredibly cool. New customers get this deal. Altitude Plus, of course, the new direct-to-consumer streaming service of Altitude Sports. Access to Altitude Plus includes over 65 live Nuggets games and over 65 live Avalanche games during the season, plus pre and post game coverage and more. Sign up, use that code DNVR365, deposit 10 and place a bet of $5 to get that $200 in bonus bets, and you'll get that code to get the first 2 months of Altitude courtesy of Bet365. Once you have that code, head over to Altitude Plus to make an account and redeem your code to stream. This is a limited time offer, so sign up today. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary with Bet365. You must be 21 or over and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem or wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Just so we're clear, for the Utah Hockey Club that is still learning how to be a real sports team,
really good right now.
When I go to hockey games, I like to be able to see the hockey game.
Yeah, it's always a good thing. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're going to pay the money to go watch a game, it'd be nice to, like, have a full view of the net and, like, maybe not have a pole in your way.
Unfortunately, not all the seats in that Utah hockey rink have that. But you can avoid that problem with Game Time. When you go to Game Time and use their Game Time Picks feature, they'll only show you the best seats for the best prices.
Oh, what do you know?
End up in one of those Barclays Center seats where you can't see half of the ice and you're really not even watching a hockey game.
How do you
No,
do that?
You'll have a full view. And you'll have it at a good price. So jump on with Game Time today. Use the DNVR code to get $20 off your first purchase. And, of course, make sure you're using their Game Time Picks option. Even if it's not for sports, you can get concerts, you can get theaters, you can get movies, you name it. Game Time has you covered for pretty much any and all events. Go over to the Game Time app today. You can click the link down in our description to download it today and join over 15 million people that use Game Time. Of course, terms and conditions apply. See the Game Time app for details. All right, should we do these?
Well,
get warm?
I mean, AJ, our boy with Confucius, losing dumb, winning rad.
Wise words. Wise words.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Thank you, chat, for the winner shots of 100 likes. We appreciate you.
Thank you. You still have time to get us to 200.
Yeah.
That would be cool because, I mean, I got an early flight anyway. At this point, I'm not going to bed, so load me up.
Tough.
Get us to 200, would you?
Why not?
I could do one more whiskey. I could do one more. Fill it up again, Tiff.
I don't know about more whiskey, but okay, yeah, throw down. Typical hockey player. You do the fighting, and we'll talk about the skill guy on the Colorado Avalanche tonight.
Which was
Casey Mittelstadt.
Agreed.
Our live extraordinary UC Health player of the game. And I think this is poignant for two reasons. One, Casey Mittelstadt was awesome. Had a 3-point night. Directly involved. His goal was honestly his best, least good play of the night. It's just a puck that comes out on the back door, and he's like, sick. This is awesome. But Casey, not just high talent, not just a guy who's going to help fill in as the Ross Colton injury, who knows how that plays, but you have Mittelstadt as a guy you can lean on in that situation. But maybe more importantly, you know who Casey Mittelstadt's line mates were tonight? Nikolai Kovalenko and Logan O'Connor. And the dude had a 3-point night. And no offense to those guys. Those are good hockey players, but those two should not be playing on a second line with a healthy hockey team.
Find ways to play with who you're playing with.
Sure. And props to Kovalenko. He has a multi-point night tonight. He picks up 2 assists unless they took one of them away. I don't think they did. Yeah, no. He's got 2. So Casey is not just playing well for himself and not just producing points that the Avs do need, but he's the guy who's rising the tides a little bit for that line and doing some of the carrying of these guys that, as much as I love them, are probably playing a little bit over their heads with the Avs injuries right now.
Yep. Listen, you've talked about it a ton. You and me've talked about it when we've coached together. You've talked about it with me when we've broadcasted games in the NHL together. Take the opportunity. Do what you can with what you have in front of you and maximize it as best as you can. Keep a smile on your face. Find the positive and work your fucking ass off. And Casey Mittelstadt is doing that.
Oh, I mean, I love the guy. I mean, honestly, if I can go back to his goal, I'm looking at the puck there, and I'm like 5 feet in front of the big screen there, and I'm like, oh my God, like, and I'm thinking of myself, like, if I was playing, like, I probably would have, like, honestly, like, would have knocked myself out, like, my head on the post and whiffed, and, like, because it's like, This dude just picked it up like you do in warm-up. You know what I mean? When you're just flicking pucks in the net when there's no goalie. And it's exactly what he did. He looked like it was like the easiest thing to do in the world. No pressure in the world. I love the way he plays hockey. And then go back and press pause when he flicks that puck. His two hands are so tight to each other at the top of his stick like a golfer. It's like, who does that? I don't know. You got to be real good to play hockey in tight like that and your hands so close. He's got silky mitts. He's some of the best mitts in the National Hockey League. And I'll tell you one thing, make people around you better. No offense, like you just said to Kovalenko and O'Connor. I like those two players. He made them better tonight. You know, when you make people around you better, it's the sign of a good player in the National Hockey League. I do believe, and I'll say it again, he's got the best job in the NHL. Second fiddle to Nathan McKinnon. You're never going to get the top matchups. That's right.
Look, he has the best job in the NHL with a healthy lineup. With his line mates, it's a little bit harder than just sitting behind him.
Oh, no. Yeah, but then, exactly, but we know that. I mean, again, I'm going to say something rude here, and it's so rude. You know, it's like the helicopter line. I mean, obviously, you got no wings, but that's not fair because Logan O'Connor is a good winger. Kovalenko, they're just not top six guys. Yeah. So exactly. No, but I'm saying he does. By being traded to the Avalanche, this guy fell into the best job in the National Hockey League, which is to play behind Nathan McKinnon. Again, once everybody's back and Leckie and those guys, he's going to be thriving. He's going to be unbelievable. And then Ross and Kovalenko will go and be right where they're supposed to be. And then the Avalanche will have a filthy lineup up front once those things happen.
I know you might not know about those hands that Casey has, but I think there is a part of Casey's game that reminds me a little bit of the way you played, and it's surprising because Casey Mittelstadt is not a big guy. But look at where he's producing his points from. Backdoor, crashing the net. He picks up an assist from behind the net, and he finds ways to get to the middle of the ice. He's not afraid of contact. He's not shying away from contact. For a guy his size, you don't see a lot of those dudes willing to get in and penetrate the defense. You watch a lot of them float around on the perimeter. That is not who Casey Mittelstadt is.
And you're right, because he makes plays in traffic. And a lot of people can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, he just makes his plays. I think he feels at his best once he feels people like, you know, near him, you know what I mean? And then this is where he feels at his best. And you're right. You know, we talked about it before the game, make plays behind the net. That's exactly what I was thinking about. You know what I mean? Make it your office a little bit behind the net because he's so filthy at finding guys. And I'll tell you one thing, he's going to have a heck of a career with the Avalanche. And tonight he was a heck of a player for the Avalanche.
By the way, Bray, hooking us up in the chat. Braden Crotto, Gizmo, you can't take Juice out at this point other than the back-to-back, right? Agreed.
Yep.
Without question, buddy. You know how I am with goaltenders in this team, but yeah, no question about it. I mean, Eustace starts on Sunday. Fine, you can send him down for Chicago, throw it at Gorgiev, and then see what happens after that. But yeah, you ain't taking him out. I mean, he's looked very good.
Yeah, it's no brainer at this point. There's not a whole lot more to say about it. He's done what he needed to do. Tiff's mad about something. Oh, they won in OT or something. Yeah. So just so we're clear, since this happened to come up, other than Utah, every single Central Division team won tonight. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Wow.
It's hard out here to be in the Central.
Wow.
Yeah. Dallas beat Boston. St. Louis beat Toronto. Minnesota beat Tampa. And the Jets just beat the Kraken in overtime.
Wow. Tough sledding for the Seattle Kraken right now.
Yeah, they're struggling a little bit.
Nice bounce back. Not that it's the Central, but nice bounce back by LA right now.
Yeah, they're taking care of the Sharks.
Yeah, 3-1 at the moment. Is that the last game being played?
It is. Everything else is done.
This is done. So 14 left in that, 3-1.
Yep.
Interesting. If Landy comes back this year, sorry, that's okay. And looks like himself, the Avs will be insane. Yes, but you're living in a candy cane world there, Dom. I'm sorry.
Let's stop hoping for people to come back, pump the brakes on that a little bit,
Yeah.
and start getting through games without losing people.
Right.
Because the real negative of this game is what's up with Ross Colton?
Did not see anything.
We looked back at the shifts. I don't know what happened to him. He's out. Did
Says
not
he got
return with an upper
slashed.
body.
They said he got slashed. Yeah.
Is that what they said? Okay, so like a wrist or something.
Slash on the hand, and didn't feel that he again.
Okay, so
Boy,
the
if I
hope
go
is-
from past experience, you know,
Yeah.
was it were they playing the score there? They're like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll see if it doesn't flare up tomorrow. They don't play for 2 days. Hopefully, it's nothing. Again, a lot of times, listen, we'll knock on wood. I got some right there. You know what I mean? Like it's more about where the injury is and if it hinders you from, is it your top hand, your bottom hand? Because a lot of people are like, oh my God, Rudo played with 2 broken fingers and Gizmo, didn't even have a broken one. And it was more like a bruise and he didn't play. Yeah, because it depends where you're hurt on your hand. You know what I mean? So again, we're not going to play doctor in here. We're going to figure it out. They're going to come back to us in a few days and tell us if he's available or not. But hopefully that it's nothing major, you know what I mean? Because he's been outstanding.
And if it was, hey, we're taking him out because the Avs are obviously winning this game and we don't want to risk it, great. And he can come back on Sunday and everything's fine. But in the immediate, you got to figure it out. Look, Ivan looked good on that power play. He scores his first ever NHL goal. Awesome. Congratulations to him. You cannot consider yourself a high-end hockey team and run Ivan on your power play 1. I'm sorry. You won't be a long-term good hockey team with that option. Nothing against Ivan. Again, happy for him, loved him. But the Avs they pretty much can't afford to lose another forward at this point. Colton would have to be the absolute last one. If you lose another one, you're going to be begging Cal Ritchie to come back at that point. Like,
I can still play.
All right, get suited up,
I'm a
Giz.
4th line center. I mean, I'm probably good for like 2 shifts, but like
Look, I tell you this, you'll win as many faceoffs as the Avs centers do. So
I was good on the draw, actually. I was actually really good on the draw. What does that look, E? What does that look? I could kind of, you would actually probably be better than me to get back in the lineup. But
Buddy, those guys are so good at taking draws in the NHL. Like, it's
Insane.
embarrassing. I used to shake, like, whoever was getting tossed out. I'd be like, no. And then because you know it's going in your stats, and then you're like, God, I took 2 tonight. I was over 2. You don't even have a chance,
No.
buddy. It's more like the puck's dropped, and you're like, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, it's gone.
I woke up. I was like,
Oh.
break the tank. I go,
He
blacked
I just
out.
went out for
What
a couple
happened?
beers. Those guys are so good. It's so hard. Like, those guys, they're the best cheaters. That's what they are, right? If you're a good centerman, you're a great cheater.
So I'm well, that about defines me. Couldn't have been more accurate there. Except in golf. I don't slice and I never gamble. Braden Grotto, he knows my line. A little bit of Jesus and a whole lot of Jack, Gizmo. Forward all day. You know it to be true. You know what I am right now, though? I don't have this, like, I'm like OCD. I'm OCD. Eric knows I am. And actually, he kind of is too, which is why we get along so well. But, like, I don't have these days figured out yet.
yeah,
Like,
your routine's not set.
Like,
yet.
it's not set, and I'm starving right now.
Yeah, you didn't get your meal there.
I
You
did
missed
not
out.
eat,
Yeah.
and I am absolutely craving some Raising Canes because those chicken fingers are lights
Look,
out.
Ross might have lost a finger or 2. Just replace them with some Raising Cane's chicken fingers. All right.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Wrong.
We got him again, boys. We got him again. Let's go.
The imagery
Just
I
wrong.
have of, like,
You
chicken
play
fingers
hockey with chicken
jammed
fingers.
in a
It'll be
Bauer
fine, yeah.
glove. This like lights out. On your mark. Get set, eat. You got to make a pit stop at Raising Cane's. I wish this game was a little earlier because I do that tonight. They're always cooked, ready to order, and they're super delicious, and you know they are. Make sure you get them because they're served up super fast. Tender chicken fingers, crispy, cut fries, and of course that buttery Texas toast and that creamy coleslaw and that secret Raising Cane sauce. That's so good. I like to make a little sandwich out of it. I'm a big coleslaw on my chicken fingers type of guy because they are just really, really good. Find your local Raising Cane's location. You can also order on mobile or online. For cook-to-order hand-battered chicken fingers, race into Raising Cane's. Turbocharge your chicken fingers and get them even faster by ordering online at raisingcanes.com or through their mobile app. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love. They are so delicious. I used to always pick my nephew Billy up from school, from high school, and he's in Highlands Ranch. And that was the after school go to. And there wasn't one like really, really close. So it was always like a 15-minute drive. But I'm like, yeah, all right, Raising Cane sounds good at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Maybe that if like we get enough DNVR members, new diehards, I'll like chug a bottle of cane sauce or something.
Oh, I'd be in for that.
Oh. By the way, folks, if you aren't a diehard member yet, we're running a limited time offer, and for just $4 a month, you can get access to all of your favorite Avs content and the best Avs coverage basically in town. And it sounds like if we get a few more of those, our boy here will chug a bottle of Raising Cane sauce. I will be here for all of that.
I've probably done worse. It's fine.
It's fine. You'll be all right.
Look, I do want to talk about this though, because it is spooky season.
It is.
My wife's
I love spooky season.
Favorite time of year. Do you guys have any phobias? Anything you're afraid of?
I don't. Listen, I used to climb, and I've gone skydiving, but unprotected heights scares the absolute shit out of me. Like even to the point where like you watch those videos online.
Sure. Of like people jumping
high
and stuff.
Up and I'm like, I get the palms are sweaty, weak arms, I'm ready. Mom's
spaghetti. Okay, Eminem, calm down. I know you're from Detroit, but relax.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, if I might speak for Karel Vejmelka for a minute, I think what scares him is Cale Makar streaking down on him in the offensive zone.
I would be too.
So if he's like a normal goalie, and no offense, Karel, if you're a normal person, appreciate you. But a lot of goalies are head cases. And if you need help with your head case, that's where BetterHelp comes in. Whatever your fears are, therapy can help you face your fears and find ways to overcome them. So get with BetterHelp today. You can jump on them. It's super easy to start. They're entirely online. That's why BetterHelp is a great entry into the space. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So jump in with it. Go get yourself some therapy. It's a normal thing that makes you a healthier person.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, all of the Avs players have therapists.
Listen, the mental coaching side of things is so wild now.
Yep. There's it's crazy in depth.
And listen, I'll be super honest with you. I haven't done that yet, but I've heard you talk about this, and it's intriguing for me because, dude, I went through a tough year and a half.
Yeah,
like a real tough year and a half, and you got to have people to lean on and just to kind of let you know it's okay. But all these athletes have mental coaches now. My nephew's got a mental
Everybody
coach.
does.
Like, you have to. You do it. My mental coach is the guy fixing his light right now. That guy has saved me more times than. Dude, your eyes are so illuminated when you do that. What are you doing? You look good, buddy. You look good. But yeah, definitely. If you need it, you need it.
Yep. And you can get it at betterhelp.com/DNVR today. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/DNVR to get yourself in today.
If you need me, I got you too. You call me.
Always. The hockey fam always got each other.
The hockey fam is the best fam.
DMs are always open, Chet.
Oh yeah. And hey, and listen, that's a big thing too. Like, everybody's always here for you. So make sure you reach out, no matter what.
Yep. Yeah.
No matter what.
Except for after this game, where you should be very happy with the Avalanche.
Oh yeah, you're good on this.
I don't think there's a lot of therapy needed on the Avs side tonight.
Not so much. Coming to the end of our time, believe it or not, which is completely wild. But let's I kind of think where I want to go with this. I mean, I feel super confident. I feel like come Tuesday morning, we're going to be talking about a team that's 6-4.
I mean, look, don't overcomplicate things. I've talked a lot about how, hey, you're not a 500 team. Win your next game. Guess what? That mentality has won you 4 games in a row.
Yeah, and I think there's a good point, and you can kind of talk to this, but I think we are not looking at a 6-4 right now. We're looking at, okay, we played good. Now let's get home. Let's take tomorrow off, and they'll chill, and then after that, it's back to work, and okay, be ready and win the game against Ottawa, but do it a period at a time.
And I apologize because I kicked my set there, my light, and that's what happened. It fell down. I was trying to grab this right next to me. You know what I mean? I just kicked it, and then the lamp fell down, and I apologize for the malfunction.
We're just reenacting Vamelka on that McCarkle. That's what happened there.
Well, and then close your eyes for a second. I'm going to tell you, again, the Avs turn around there. 3 of the top scorers in the National Hockey League. And when I say turnaround, I say that with a grain of salt because to me, they weren't playing that bad. They just weren't getting one thing. And I'll show you what they weren't getting. And now they're getting it. Hold on.
What is he about to do?
Oh my God. Is that
there
Maxie's?
That's an old one, yeah. I got Colorado plates right here, see?
That's
They're
sick.
getting
I haven't
goaltending.
seen that one of Max. Is that Governor? Is that a Gov's one?
Yeah, that's a Guz one. The juice box. The juice box. Juice. I am with AJ. In Juice we trust. I don't know if we've gotten the super chat by the Walrus, but God, I miss your super chats right now because I trust Eustace.
I trust Eustace a lot more than I trust you in that goalie mask. I'll put it to you that way.
Shit, why
That
didn't
was
you
a
play
sick
a couple of
goalie.
games? well, that's another GIF. GIF.
GIF.
That
It's
is
GIF. No,
funny.
we will fight right
GIF.
now if you call it GIF.
It's GIF.
Okay,
right?
good.
I've
Yeah,
always
it's
called
GIF.
it GIF.
It's GIF.
All right. I was going Ted Lasso there. Love that. Love Maxie's helmet. You got your AirPods back in.
That's a cool one, actually. You know what? It's pretty cool.
Show
yeah.
the. I think.
So he's got it. in
Show the back.
right here.
I was just gonna say, yeah. No.
Put
Other
it
way.
over your own face.
Closer to you.
Wrong
Over your
direction.
face. There it is. If you ain't first, you're last. And then I love the nod to Pierre. Yeah, Eric won't talk about it, and I won't divulge family secrets because I'm part of the Lacroix family. But the bond that Max and Pierre had was really special. It was always fun to watch those two together. And boy, oh boy, was Maxie ever the apple of his eye, huh?
Oh yeah, and then you got the Colorado license plate in the front.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
love
cool.
that. That's sweet.
Anyway,
I will talk about
That's why I kicked my.
till I'm
That's
blue in the face.
why I kicked my light. That's why I kicked my light by accident. Sorry, I was
Trying
to
for the
grab
goalie
it.
mask. Trying for Max's phone.
Sorry.
Listen, if you're an Avs fan, and obviously if you're hanging out with us, you're a happy guy right now, happy girl right now, because this is a team that's overcoming and persevering when it's been a little bit difficult, and I love that.
Yeah, there is a couple of other things I wanted to touch on in this game. One, I know I've kind of been giving some of our newer fans a crash course in advanced analytics and things like that in our pre-games. When you take a look at the advanced analytics of this game, throw them out the window. You need to understand score effects and how the position of the game affects how the teams play. And on paper, it looks like this game was pretty close in the possession metrics, but that is entirely false because Utah put 1 billion shots on goal in a third period that just was irrelevant to the outcome of the hockey game. So don't read too much into the numbers in this game. They aren't really very meaningful. The other thing that I want to mention, since Chat's talking about it, there are 2 things that make me go Terps off, Chat. 1, 7 goals for the Avs. That would be on a watch along. 2, any show you guys donate $500 or more. Yeah, no, I'm not that cheap. All right. The refs in this game were calling hooking that cheap. I'm not that cheap. The third thing, and I might have to get this one cleared with the higher ups, but you get this YouTube channel to 100,000 subscribers, I will go tarps off with our YouTube plaque. Absolutely. I'll do that for you. So give me some YouTube.
We're right there. We're right there.
We are right there. And as we're getting ready to say goodbye here in a few moments, trying to get to a 100,000 on the YouTube subscribers. So please do such. Make sure you are liking. We didn't get, we came up so short of another shot. Why? Unless you have like some major poll inside all of you all and you can find 60 more likes in the next 20 seconds. That would be amazing. That would be a feat, actually. If you can get 60 likes in the next 30 seconds, that'd be lights out for all 300 people in the chat. But I'll let you take the super chats there, brother.
Yeah. So Stu, sure. $50, which is an incredible amount from Cody. We appreciate that. Very, very generous. He just says boobs.
Boobies.
That's it. Worth $50 every time. Worth $50 every time. And then $5 from Mr. Walrus himself, who says $5 for Eric wearing his Trusting Farts helmet.
Yes. And use this we trust.
You better trust the farts in that helmet because there's a lot of ventilation in that thing.
Walrus, I got news for you, Walrus. You know, not only did I trust the helmet, but I'll tell you one thing, it does smell like a fart, that helmet.
Yeah.
Whoa. Woo.
Max.
It smelled good.
You know what? Juice, less farts than milk.
Yes.
Math's adding up here, all right?
Thank you, Woodsy. Yeah, I know.
Dude, I love this show. Can the Avs win this easy every night and we just have a fun, laughy show all the time?
Set decoration only. Set decoration only.
You're reaching for the wrong one, buddy. You're a whiskey guy.
Wrong.
Yeah, you're the
I want
whiskey.
the whiskey.
Guy.
Yeah. Thank you, Woody. Thank you. I got a feeling I'll find a whiskey here probably very shortly.
There you go.
I have a very early flight, but I'll find a whiskey. That's right. I'm going to do the charitable thing.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do to be a good person. It's not that hard.
I get to hang out with a cool hockey guy, though. So
It is true.
I'm
You
okay with it. I'm happy about it. Listen, big win. We're out of time tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us, man. You guys are great. Really awesome fans. Not surprised in the least. I knew that's what I was getting into when I got here. Thanks for all the kind words in the comments. Last thoughts real quickly from everybody.
Again, really, I don't know how much better the Avs can play than that. I know it wasn't the super high event, but they got a lead. They held the lead, then they locked it down. Maybe best part is they saved their legs for a back-to-back coming up. There's going to be no excuses. They should be extremely fresh come Sunday.
Yeah, Rudo knows. I mean, I talk about coming back from a road trip. The first game's always a bit tough. It's a fact. It's not fiction. But this one's out the window because tomorrow's the day off. Then you have a practice day Saturday. Right away, that's out the window. So your game Sunday is completely irrelevant to this past road trip. I think these guys will be ready to go.
All right. Listen, thank you guys so much for being with us. We got a couple.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. So we are doing a takeover on November 15th. You can come watch Alex Ovechkin. But I like to put this as you get to come do the Avs royalty thing. All right. Look, Cale Makar's the king. That's why you all hail Cale. All right. He's the king. But do you know who the Duke of the Colorado Avalanche is?
I got an idea. And I know the man. And I love the man. And I've had a lot of fun conversations with the man.
Might be Milan Hajduk. You can come watch a hockey game in person with the only Av to play 1,000 games for the Colorado Avalanche. Played his entire career here. He's the man. He's in the rafters in the stadium that you can go watch a game with him with. It's a super cool opportunity. Highly recommend you get in. There's a link in the description. You can go to thednvr.com/events to get your tickets today. You also get a great time with beers on the party bus over from the bar to the arena and back. Those are free beers, by the way. So it's a great time. Come hang out and come pick Milan Haydude's brain about how he's so good at scoring goals.
Come on. How on earth nobody else is putting you on a bus with beers and a hockey game with a guy whose legend is true and whose name is in the rafters? Hedgie coming in, one of my favorite people of all time. So sick. This is what, how are you not just glued to everything the DNVR ads are doing? That's awesome. How fun is that? Hedgie, E, obviously you're close with him. What a great dude.
You talk about Mittelstadt silky mitts. Hedgie is probably the softest hands I've ever seen.
So filthy.
Must be nice.
So filthy. So Hedgie, our guest for the game on the 15th against the Capitals. That's coming up. We're not far away, so jump in on that. Super fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, E, thanks for phoning the boys on that one. Awesome. Can't wait to see Hedgie. It's been a minute since I've seen him. And yeah, it's gonna be super fun. So make sure you sign up for that.
Can't wait. Hey, look. Odds of me taking the tarp off go way up on a takeover day. Put it to you that way.
Oh, I like that. I'll be watching. I'll be there for a little bit of it. I'll try to ride back with you guys.
Yeah, you actually do a real job that night.
They probably frown on me taking my shirt off in the press box, so maybe we won't do that. I'm already a little shaky that I'm not in a suit and tie in an NHL building, but we'll figure that out. Listen, thank you guys so much for watching. Big one for the Avalanche tonight. They're going to take a breather tomorrow. They'll have practice on Saturday and then back at it on Sunday. We'll have coverage for you as it comes, so make sure you stick with us. Do something nice for somebody. Go out there and make somebody's life better. And as I always tell you, call your mom. She misses you. Tell her you love her. For all of us here at DNVR Avalanche, we appreciate you. For our wonderful producer, Tiff. For Big E calling in on a late night. And from our partner here, Rudo, in studio. Epic job, sir.
We did all right tonight.
We did all right tonight. Wins help. Wins make everything better.
They do.
And cheers to our boy Maximus, one of my favorite humans of all time. Thanks for letting Dad have the helmet. And yeah, Eustace, good job. Good night.
We all silly like the mayor.